Hello everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw aura. Alright, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself. So don't worry about if you can't see this. This is mostly for me, just to make sure I got everything on the picture or in the frame. And I'm happy with the pose. And that I know where I'm going, because right now I don't. I'm just kind of drawing to see what happens. I kind of got an idea, but you know, that's kind of the, like I said, that's the fun part of sketching, is just to see where it takes you, you know. And I'm trying to come up with a good flow. You know, I'm trying to do more than just a static pose, because you can go anywhere for that. And nothing against that, but I'm trying to give you something a little more exciting, you know? A little more plateau is what I like to call it. By that I mean plateau, you know? Plateau. Silly, right? I know. But you know what? You can't make yourself laugh. Laugh at others. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't do that. I think I know where I'm going, so I'm kind of having fun with the sketch and making sure that I've got it facing all the right ways. And then I'll start with a Sharpie, and you'll be able to see much better. So this one is pretty interesting, right? I mean, it was a fan made, and then somehow it got made into an actual character. That's pretty crazy. That's like everybody's dream, isn't it? It's like we're all drawing stuff just to, ew, that's off. I can already see now, because look how low. Let's start this over again. Well, this part. Anyway, that's what sketching is for, so you can see how your pose is, see where everything's laid out, and see what's wrong, what's right, what you need to fix. So, anyway, yeah, so isn't this like everybody's, you know, fan dream? Like, you know, hey, do mine, make my character, you know? So I need to look more into actually how it got made, but as far as what I saw, this was a fan-made sketch, right? That they made into a character. Pretty cool. So, okay, so I didn't like the way that was looking, so I'm gonna sketch it out one more time and try to get it to make myself happier, you know? I think that'll work. I think like that. The nice thing about her character is this shouldn't take us too long, because you know, there's not a lot of armor or weapons or anything like that we got to draw. We just got to make sure we get her body figure correct, because she's just wearing pants, you know? It's that simple. And there's not too much we got to draw. I mean, we're going to draw, obviously, but I'm just saying there's not a lot we got to add as far as detail. So let's see. So here's her neck, and there, made her chest a little low there. So I'm just going to try to straighten that out. Pretty good. And you know, as embarrassing as it seems to say her chest, you know, or her breast, you know, everybody has them. It's just part of anatomy, so we got to draw it. You know, you just got to, you know, understand that that's part of the figure. Who cares? Okay, so let's draw. Let's see your arm out like this. I'm gonna stick this arm out like that. And I kind of think just kind of a arm sticking out pose, you know, because she's got some bracelets and stuff like that. So I think I kind of want to show them off, you know. So I'm just going to draw the hands out like that, nothing special. And same thing with this one. I'll do the same thing, just hands out. Take a step back. It'll look a little long, but I think it looks good. Okay. I can live with that. Straighten that thumb out a little bit. I can live with that. Let's see, there's gloves. These are gloves. Alright, I think I can live with this. This our leg seems a little short to me, you know? Let's try to, let's see if I can extend it a little bit. Like this. Bring that shoe down. Okay. Yeah. Much better. Much, much better. Okay. Hopefully it's not falling off the page. Let me check the camera real fast. Nope, not falling off the page. Okay, so let's just finish off her face real fast, and then I can switch over to Sharpie, and you can join along with me. So hopefully I've entertained you just for a little bit, so you're not too bored while we're doing this. Okay. Then we're going to have an eyebrow like that. Hairs like that. And the trick is, there's not a lot of detail we can put into her face because this is so tiny. That's why I say for every drawing that, unfortunately, what we're doing is so intricate down here that it's almost impossible to draw too many details. As much fun as that would be, it's these Sharpies are too big, and I'm trying to draw with Sharpie so everybody can draw with a Sharpie, you know? That's kind of the whole idea behind this channel, is that you don't need fancy tools. Heck, if I showed you how I was filming this and how all this was being built, you'd see that you don't need a fancy anything. That this is all by the seat of my pants, so to speak, you know? And so, yeah, so anyway, so I'm trying to draw with Sharpies, and it's kind of almost impossible to do sometimes, but hey, you know, you're worth it. Okay. All right, so I think I'm about done here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to switch over to the Sharpies now so you can follow along. Or you're welcome to use a pencil if you'd like. But for the finer details, first I'm going to start with this Sharpie pen because I need to try to control it much easier than with the Sharpie Fine Point, because that's a big fat pen. So I'm going to start with the eyes just to see how I got them, see if I'm happy with them. I'm going to draw the top of the eyelid first, see if I'm like where we're going. Pretty good. So I'm going to draw some pupils up like that. They're nice and balanced, so okay, I'm going to keep going. So here's a trick. I'm going to try to draw just a little bit like that, not go too crazy, because again, I can only do so much in here. So I'm trying to draw like what do you call it, mascara, you know? So that means I can't draw the line completely. If you can do that with a pencil, go for it, but I'm just trying to draw the dark parts that I see, like basically, like I said, mascara, and then I'll come back with color and take care of the rest. Let's do some pupils like that. That's kind of evil, right? Hopefully that'll straighten out. I'm going to thicken them up just a little bit without trying to go too crazy. The thinner pupils like that, it looked a little, there you go. It looked a little dark and evil, so I'm going to avoid that. So normally I would do the coloring for the eyebrows, but let's go ahead and, no, I'm going to do that. The eyebrows have a red color to them, like her hair, so I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to go crazy with it. But I am going to draw just a bit of a bridge of a nose, some nostrils, the holes and the edges, and that's all I'm going to do for that. Coloring will take care of the rest, because I'm going to lose everything. This is so hard to do with just this little detail. So for the mouth, let's draw like a little bit of a smile, and then like that, and then I can draw the bottom lip like this, and a tiny little top lip, because again, I don't want to go too crazy with this pen and lose it. Okay, I can live with that. So I'm going to draw her chin, and bring it up here around her jaw like this. Same thing with this side, just to make sure I've got them where I want them, and then recorrect what I'm not happy with. So see, I'm not crazy about that, so I'm just going to kind of round that part off a little bit and do like this. So anything I'm not happy with, I'm going back over just a hair after that initial line and making myself happy. Because it's not always right. These first lines aren't always exactly where I want to go. So that's why I kind of keep adding what I need to add, or don't add what I need to add, because I don't want to mess it up, you know. So let's go ahead and just add just the hair right here into the what do you call it? The braid. I'm going to draw the earlobe hanging in like this, just because, like I said, I want to control it a little bit more than I would with the big fat Sharpie. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to draw her hair over her eye just a little bit like that, up to where the top of her hat's going to be. And then again, I'm going to draw her side of her head to her ear like this. Like, I'm starting to add a lot of crazy details there, and I shouldn't be doing that. That's going to get all kinds of caca cuckoo, right? So I'm going to draw the edges of her hair like this, just because I can control it, like I said, with the fine Sharpie a little bit more. And so now I can do the rest with the big fat Sharpie and not worry about losing too much. I'm going to lose a little because this is hard to control with fine point, but we're gonna keep going here. So I'm going to draw her the top of the hat. I'm sorry, the edge of the hat to the top of the hat, and that way I can draw the rest of it. So I got to kind of have a skew kind of off to the side there. So I sketched it kind of high, so I'm going to bring it down just a little bit more to about right there. And so I'm going to come up and over like this, and have it going back like that because it's a backwards cap. And let's, here, I'm going to do this just to do that middle part, that air hole. I don't know exactly why it's like that on the hat, but it is. And then do the top of it there. And so I'm going to come back with this fine Sharpie and add just a few of the details, like the buckle. Don't really have to do this. This is kind of overkill at this point because that's not as crazy of a feature that's necessary. You know, I don't know. I just feel like I can do it, so I am. You know. So I should stop and move on to the other stuff. So here we're going to try to draw braids, and this is kind of it's kind of hard to do, but it's not. You just kind of have to know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to make it up. So I'm going to come down here and draw the tip of her hair where it's bound up like that, and I'm going to kind of do something like this, and each one I'm just going to kind of do something like that, and I'm just kind of making this up as I go. But look, it looks like it's braided, you know. So I used to draw from the top down, but I found it's much easier if you work your way up, and it looks more like a braid, or it looks like it's tied together, you know. So again, follow my sketch to where that is. Come in here like that. Do the same thing. And this side you can see better on the side, so I'm drawing it thin on this side, thicker on this side. Like that. See? Kind of big, but hey, it does the job. We know they're braids, right? Okay, so we can see her neck in there from here, so we're going to follow that to her chin, to her chest, or her shoulders. And oh, you know what? She does have a chain going across. I forgot about that. I didn't sketch it out, but I'm going to eyeball it. So we're going to do the simple old, what do you call it? The old link and link, you know? So I'm going to draw a link. I'm going to guess where the other link's going to be. Guess where the other link's going to be. These are the side links. So now I'm going to do the top links. Go around like that. Like you did when you were a kid, you know? All the time we drew chains when we were a kid. Just the sideways view. It works, right? Oops, that doesn't quite work. That does the job. You know, this is for fun. This is for us. This isn't for schematics to build the Empire State Building. This is just for fun. So you just draw kind of like, yeah, it's close enough to chains, you know? And I draw like they're hanging off the side right there, going over, and like that. And we'll say it's over that side. So boom, done. Booyah. All right, let's get back to drawing. So now I'm going to basically follow the shape of her body because a lot of this stuff is just on her skin tight, I guess is basically what I'm trying to say. So, you know what, let me thicken this up just a bit just to make it cohesive all the way around. So, see, her shoulder is going to be up like this, and her sleeve is kind of in like this. So now I can draw the back of her shirt like that, and you can see her belly just a hair, just a hair. So I'm going to come across here like this, and that's where her waist is going to be, like that. Okay, so I'm going to draw the other side. Remember, Russell, we drew the chest here, and it's there. You know, we're just going to draw it. No big deal. Like this, up to the arm. And see, you don't have to go too crazy and make it obscene. You know, you just make it like a normal person. So there's her other arm, and it's behind her chest here. So I can continue it down here like this, her forearm to like this. And, oh, you know what? Before I forget, let's draw the jewelry that she has here. So I'm just going to kind of draw something like this. And let's see, there's like these little weird little beads on them that will kind of accent like that. We won't go too crazy. You know, that's kind of the thing about a lot of this stuff is you can't go too crazy. I want to, and maybe if you got time you can, but I only have so many minutes that I can't draw this for you without taking too long. Okay, so I stopped there because I know that my sketch tells me that's going to be like this, to her elbow, to her arm, up like that. Okay, so now let's draw this other hand here. And so she's got a glove on, like that. And so there's the top of her hand, the bottom of her hand to her thumb. And the thumb's just going to be out like that. And she does have gloves on, so we'll close it off like that. And so the fingers I'm just going to draw just kind of sticking out like that. Nothing crazy, nothing too elaborate. I'm just going to draw the top of that finger. Draw it in like this. And so now everything else is kind of back behind it, so I don't have to draw too much. I just draw that finger's longer. That one's like that. And there's the pinky. So you can't see too much, so you don't have to worry about too much. Okay, so again, it seems a little long, but hey, you know what? This is an elegant pose. She's just way out there, you know? So we're just going to have fun with it. So now let's do the other arm. Let's see. We're going to basically do the same thing. We're going to follow it around because, oh, before I do that, I forgot she's got those bracelets that I want to draw, but I don't want to draw over. So I'm going to draw them first. Kind of like that. And like I said, I'm following my sketch, so I kind of know where they're going to go versus where her arm's going to be. And again, I'm just kind of making it up. So don't worry if yours isn't exactly like this. Let's see, one more. One tiny one hanging down like this. And I think that'll do. Again, just to add the fun stuff. Okay, so let's follow her arm. And she's got an armband there, so I'm just going to kind of accent that just a hair. See how it kind of just lightly went up like that? To her forearm, like this. Come through like that. Does that make sense? Let's see. Like that. To her forearm, like this. A little thick right there, but that's all right. You know what? I'm having fun with it. Okay? You get the point. All right, so let's do just like we did over here. We're going to do the top of the hand down to the thumb. Bring it in like this. Bring it across. Bring the finger in like that. That one's more kind of down like that, right? But hey, that's just how the sketch went. No big deal. Let's not worry about it. Let's just have some fun. Draw those other fingers like that. So yeah, it works. It works. Okay, so she's got those little what would you call them? Bags, I guess. We'll do like that for one bag. Do another one like that. And that's hanging off of her. So now we can draw her belt. Like this. I'm just making this up as I go. Something like that. Let's see, another one over here. Something like that. Okay, so now, again, these are jeans, so we're just going to follow her legs. Oh, you know what? There is a strap of a pouch, I guess, right here. So I just want to make sure I add that before I go too crazy. Okay, so let's see. I draw her buttock to her leg. Yes, buttock. That's your cheek, your butt cheek. That's what it's called. No big deal. Down to her leg, and I'm going to follow it down to her knee, to the side of her leg, down to where the boot's going to stop. Okay, so same thing. I know the crotch is going to be right there. Going to follow the leg down to the knee, to the pants, like that. So see, nothing too crazy. I'm going to accent that. So they'll do the same thing over here down to the boot. And again, it's just pants, so there's not much we can really do anyway. So we're just going to follow the leg down like that to the knee, down to the pants, back of the leg, back of the knee, back of the shin, or the calf. I guess it's not the back of the shin, it's called the calf, to the boot. And the boot got kind of a huge tongue, so we're kind of sticking it up like that. Same thing here, we're kind of sticking it up like that to where the actual boot's going to be. So bring that down like that a little bit more. Okay, so let's draw the boots. Let's just go down here to the heel like that. Let's see, this one's going to come down like this to the front of the toe. Okay, here you go. So let's do this down to the front of the toe. And we'll do the side of the boot here like that to the front of the toe. Lock it around. Give her a sole. And do the same thing over here. We're going to bring it around, lock it down, give her a heel and a sole like that. And you know what, the knees, they're all ripped up, you know, they're ripped up jeans. I think I'm going to do that in color. So I'll do the rest with color. And so for now, that is Aura. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.